Okay, so the first step is obviously to create a to get the bot token. So just go to bot father, you search for bot father, and this should pop up. You can just start this bot and just click on this new bot or to create a bot. Just do what it says, right? Just create a new bot and okay, let's choose a name for it. So I'm going to call it uh, Code Enzyme YouTube tutorial. You can call it anything, doesn't really matter. Okay, good. Choose a username. Okay. I think I can choose. Let's go with Code Enzyme bot. Okay, so okay, we have a bot created at this link. So we have this now, and this right here is the bot token. So don't try copying it. After this tutorial, I'm going to delete it. So don't try copying it. Yeah. So use this token. What I can do is I can just copy this token and put it in my .env file safely. Okay. So let's create a new repository first. Okay, I will call it YouTube, or let's just say Telegram bot YouTube tutorial. I think that is good. I'll keep it public and let's just create a repository. And now I think I will just create a new folder on my desktop. Let's just call it Telegram bot, and I will open it in my VS Code. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now we have to do two things, right? We have to choose a framework. Let me use a whiteboard. Okay, so since I'm making a Telegram bot, okay, we have to choose some things like what language to use. So since we are trying to deploy it, like what will be the cheaper option? I can use Python or JavaScript, both should work. Even I can go for Rust also, or Golang. Everything will work. But which language should we choose? For this purpose, I'm going to choose JavaScript. Why? Because it is cheap to host and easy to code. Uh, that is why I can code the same bot in Python also, and Python will obviously more memory optimize. Like what is the advantage? Better. I find it easier to code than JavaScript. I think the docs are better, and performance wise also I think the Python one is better for performance. But even if I and what are the frameworks available? I have Fast API, Flask, and Django also. So these are all popular frameworks, and in JavaScript, the advantages are basically same. Whatever you can do in Python, you can also do it in JavaScript. There is no such limitation. But the frameworks that we have are Next.js, Express. Basically, we just want to create APIs, so you can use any of the frameworks that you want. And for this purpose, I am going to choose Next.js. Why? Because it is very easy to deploy on Vercel, and I think the community here on YouTube is more familiar with Next.js, so I'm going to use Next.js for this project. Maybe in future, if more people demand to go for Python, then I can also choose Python also. Or maybe what we can do is we can combine these two. I can write some of the functions in Python and some of the functions in JavaScript, and we can try to combine these two and host them on AWS. So for hosting, I will be using AWS. So if you can try to if you can do it, you should try to arrange an AWS account. Um, it will ask you for a debit card information. You can use your parents debit card. It won't cost you much because we will be using the serverless stack and not an EC2 instance, so I don't think it will cost you anything. But since you are the only person using it, if there are millions of users, then it might cost you some money. But for now, I don't think it will cost you because we are using serverless stack. uh, I don't really recommend Versal. Why? Because the bandwidth is very low and your bot might get slow if you are using some heavy commands, like the slash beam command will require a lot of processing. So Versal might not be a good option if you are making this command. Also, I want to use serverless functions like AWS Lambda and all. So this might not be a good option. Okay. Okay, so I decided to go for Next.js, right? So let's just go for Next.js docs and see the documentation and initialize the project. I'm going to use a page router, so that is that, and installation. Okay, let's just copy this, and something happened, and I'm going to put a dot because I want to initialize the project in this repository. I don't want to create another folder. Now it is going to create a Next.js project. Okay, Next.js 15. Okay, we have a new version of Next.js now. TypeScript, nah, I think we can work with JavaScript. ESLint, maybe or maybe not. Tailwind, I don't really need it. Everything we are just coding the APIs. We don't really need Tailwind right now. Would you like to use the SRC directory now? I don't think so. App, would you like to use the app router? No. We are using page router in this. So, I mean, you can do the same thing in the app router, but I'm more familiar with page router, so I'm going with page router. Turbo pack, nah. Import alias change, no. Okay, so it is initializing the basic files, and yeah. Okay, so we have a get ignore and everything is in there. Let's also create a .env file while it is being made. Everything is being created. .env. Okay, and let's also create a .env.sample. .env.sample. So in case you want to use this project after you are done, I mean, like, so if someone closes your project and someone uses this, then it should not. They should be able to create an environment variables files as well, right? Yeah, so we have this, and now let's go to the Telegram and copy your bot token, right? Let's just say, like, okay, bot underscore token is equals to this, and now copy the same thing in your environment file, and in here I will just write uh, Telegram bot token here. Okay, I don't think we really need all this readme file, so I will just write here Telegram bot using Next.js and what Next.js and webhooks. Okay, so these are the basic files that we will need, and I hope you will uh, okay, so we have, these are the basic files that you will need, and now I hope you so okay, so this was the basic file structure that we will need, and that's it. Let's just commit these to the GitHub repository that we just created, and I will give this link in the description, so you can just you can follow along with this repository. Okay, so let's just make our first commit and commit. Now I'm going to use these three commands, and let's push it on the GitHub. Okay, now I think it is published. Now let's just refresh this page, and all the files have been added. Okay, so these are the files. This is the .env.sample, so everything looks good. And from the next video we will actually start with a simple bot. Okay, so I will see you guys next time. Thank you.